Just because your burger is meat and dairy free doesn't mean that it still can't be packed with flavor, moist, and holds together. Thank you guys for being with me today, because those are exactly the things that we're gonna get with this black bean veggie burger recipe that I'm gonna be showing you today. And in addition to that, I'm making a lower carb version because I'm using black soybeans. So you guys, if you wanna learn how to put together this delicious, moist, held together black bean veggie burger, then stick with me and I'll show you how coming up next. Now for the ingredients, I've got some cold cauli rice, minced garlic. For the seasonings, I have some cilantro, some cumin, and some chili powder. Almond flour that is going to bind this together. Peppers, I've got orange and green here. Some diced onions, some soy sauce, and our beans. Now what I did with the beans is, and this is 2 cans by the way, what I did with the beans is I took them out of a can, rinsed them, put them on a paper towel, spread them out, put them on a paper towel just so they can dry out some. And I let that sit probably for about half hour or so. Then I took them off the paper towel, sprinkled a little bit of salt on them, and then put them in the oven for about 15 minutes, just so they could continue to dry out. Once again, one of the things that we want to avoid is a mushy, soggy burger. So one way to avoid that is to get some more of the moisture out of the beans, and in order to accomplish that, you do exactly what I did. Put them in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. So you guys, now it's time to put all of this together. So join me over at the stove. To our pan, we're going to add some olive oil. And to this, we're going to add our onions. And our peppers. And we're going to continue to cook these guys until these veggies become nice and tender. And the whole objective is to also cook them down until they are moisture free. Again, we want our burger to be moist but not soggy. Okay, this is looking real good. So to this, we're going to add our garlic and our cauli rice. Okay, continue to let this cook for about 2 minutes, stirring occasionally just to ensure nothing burns. All right, guys, so this looks really good. These veggies are nice and tender. The garlic is fragrant. This cauli rice is heated through, and I do not see a lot of moisture in this, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to take this off the flame and bring this over to the counter, and we will proceed on with assembling these burgers. Okay guys, now that our veggies are ready, it is time to go ahead and mash these beans up some more. So that way we've got some beans that are smooth and we got some that are a little bit chunky. Now you can accomplish that by putting these in a food processor and then pulse until you get the consistency that you need. You can use a magic bullet, which is what I'm going to be using today, or you can just use a knife and chop, which is what I started doing here, just to demonstrate that if you don't have any electronic gadgets, then a cutting board and a knife will suffice, as you can see here. All right, you guys, so let me go ahead and continue on and process these black beans, and then we will be putting all this together to form our burgers. All right, you guys, and that's the consistency that we need. So we have some that is really mashed up, and then we also have some pieces in there that are a little bit more chunky. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna finish this off, and then we are gonna move on to adding in the rest of these ingredients. Okay, so to our crushed beans, we are going to add some seasoning. So I've got chili powder, some cumin, and some coriander. Go ahead and sprinkle this on. Give that a mix. Making sure this is all well incorporated. Okay, then we're going to add our veggies. Some soy sauce. Give this a mix. Okay, so before we add our binder, which is that almond flour, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a taste just to make sure that I have enough salt and pepper. You guys, that is so good. But just a little bit more salt. Okay, mix this in. Okay guys, so I need to add a little bit of fat to this mixture. So I'm gonna add a little bit of avocado oil. Now the last ingredient is the almond flour. And again, this serves as our binder. Okay, now it's time to form these patties. Okay guys, I'm gonna start with putting a little bit of this avocado oil on my hands. And hopefully that will assist in these burgers not sticking. Oh, let me get my scoop. I'm gonna make these as uniform as possible. All right. Okay, I'm gonna start with forming a ball. And do that until I get through all of this mixture. All right, you guys, so then the next step is to form them into patties. So what I'm going to do is take each one, put it in the center of the parchment, put one on top, and this again is an effort to hold these together, okay? Continue to mash it down to form the patty, okay? And if you are going to freeze them, then this is the same exact technique that I would use. All right, you guys. And there we have it. We have our patty. So what I'm gonna do is continue to do this with the rest of these, put them in the fridge for about half hour to set, and then the final step will be to cook these up so that way we can eat them, you guys. I'll see you soon. All right, guys, off to the fridge these go. Okay, while those burgers are in the fridge chilling, let me just show you what I'm going to be topping them with. So I've got some grilled red onions, tomatoes, dill pickle, and a homemade vegan burger sauce. And then of course, my lettuce. I don't have any low carb bread, so I'm just going to use the lettuce as a wrap. And I am going to show you how I get the perfect piece of lettuce to serve as that wrap. So, thing that we need to do is to cut off that root at the back. Okay, get rid of any leaves that look a little wilted. And at this point, you guys, all we need to do is to give it a pound, and that will loosen up all these leaves. That way I can peel it apart without breaking it. Okay, you guys, these are out of the fridge. They have set. So we're going to heat our griddle and cook these up. I see you over the stove. Okay, let's add some avocado oil. And add our patties. And we're going to cook these for approximately 2 minutes per side. Okay, you guys, so the good news is that the majority of these made it through the frying without falling apart. And these are the remnants. But the good news is also that I get to use these in a veggie wrap or put this on a salad because this will not go to waste. Okay, so let's go ahead and assemble our burger. Okay, so to this, we are going to add our tomato, some pickle, grilled onions, and our sauce. And there we have it, you guys.